Good evening, ladies, and welcome back to another episode. Triple F Ranch.
What do you got to yell?
What you got over there?
Piece of crap radio.
What kind is it?
Seriously, it is actually the M17 from San Juan. I'm trying to get the model name put in. It's going to take me a little while to figure it out, but I think it's going to be just fine.
Good deal, good deal. So you gonna be a little embarrassed to tell people what you used to use before you got the M17?
No, because I'll probably go back to it anyway, so it don't matter. Because you know what I'm gonna do with this? Send it back. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's kind of an inside joke between me and Dangle. So, yeah, no, it's something I've been needing for quite some time, and finally got it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Feels pretty good. Just got the new, the larger grip on there. I'm a bigger guy, so that will definitely help. Just a multitude of adjustments on it. I mean, just everything. It's going to take probably a few days to really figure it out and to get familiar with it, get comfortable with it. The main thing is going to be getting comfortable with it on the track. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, and hopefully it'll be an improvement over what I had.
Yeah, so I went from a DX4R Pro to a Futaba 7PXR, and it took me like 3 weeks to get used to the radio. He has been using a Spectrum DX6R, right?
Yes.
DX6R, pretty chintzy radio. He's had two of them, and I've drove with both of them. You might as well just use the tracks. What is this guy doing? Bless America. Oh, there's a cop. That's why.
Where? Oh.
Okay. Alright, so anyway, back to what we were saying. I used to love Spectrum, but I really wanted to give some other things a chance, and I think he wanted to as well. We've been kind of stuck in our ways, and we're moving outside of our comfort. We're moving outside of our comfort zone, and getting to that point there, we're actually traveling to Finishline RC Raceway in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's been a long time since we've traveled. We've been racing at Indy RC in Indianapolis, Indiana for, what, probably 4 or 5 years now? Something like that. We were running oval there for a while because we were done with off-road, but I'm not going to get into that subject. But we're heading up here for the round 2 of the Gone Bananas race, and I spent pretty much this whole week getting all of my stuff ready. I did end up buying a B74.1 four-wheel drive, first four-wheel drive, and let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see a review on that car. It's first four-wheel drive, so it's going to be a pretty non-biased opinion about the 74.1. But other than that, we're heading up here, and we're getting a hotel tonight. The race is actually tomorrow. It's really nice to get out of town and get back to serious racing. As far as it goes for me, I'm really wanting to see how far I can take this, and hopefully I can get somebody to record the race, because me and him race the same class, both 17.5 two-wheel, and up here I don't know if they're going to have 13.5 four-wheel or mod four-wheel, if they're going to put them together, but I've got a 7.5 in my four-wheel right now. So other than that, I don't think I really have much more to say other than let's get after it. Do you have anything else to say?
I haven't heard that in a while.
I know, it's been a long time. I told you guys that I was going to be doing more RC videos, and I put out like one in the last 2 months or something like that. It was going over all my RC stuff.
One is more than what you had out.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to get on my YouTube channel or anything, but we're on 74 heading out of Greensburg right now. We got about a 2-hour and 45-minute drive ahead of us. We're super excited. We've been looking forward to this for about 2 weeks now, and see how we do. Going outside of our comfort zone for the first time in about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, well, it's right there. Damn, it's already fucking packed. No.
Quit cussing. Merry Christmas.
No,
minutes already. Fucking fast.
Dad, I'm trying to make a video here.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna hit that car.
What that car?
I thought you said you was trying to make a video.
I am. Fuck it. Oh yeah, they do have an outdoor track. I forgot about that. Big ol' outdoor Astro dick.
Ass. Yeah,
All right, well, we made it here. That was a 3-hour drive. I think I cut off about 10 minutes. But other than that, I gotta go to Dollar General first. It's right next door to the track, and get some eye drops. And then after that, we're gonna go inside. Man, this track looks super awesome. I'm really excited to get on this thing. All right, so I just went through and drove both cars. The two-wheel, it's really good. It feels like just like it does at NDRC, but a little bit looser. I like to drive a looser car on car because most of the time they're just way too tight. The four-wheel, probably gonna have to do a lot of work tonight. I actually ended up using TLR 50 weight, which is actually 47.5 in AE. The front end's really diving hard and it's super aggressive in the front, so I think I'm going to make a few changes to that and see if I can't get a little bit of the twitchiness out of it. The four-wheel's really hard to drive, and try to get my dad to go out and record me a little bit so you guys can see me drive, because you guys have never seen me drive yet, so I know that's what most of you guys like to see, but we'll see if he'll do it for me. Track is super awesome too. We're used to running on plastic jumps. This track's super flowing, and it's way more subtle to drive on for sure, but do a little bit of work and see what we can do tomorrow.
Watch after the double in the middle.
Hey, just a reminder, if you practice using Marshall, we're getting pretty lax on that. There's actually none out here right now.
So far, yeah.
Make sure you guys line up real good right here.
Dude, that car feels so good right now. That's the best that car's ever felt. So I'm going to record the old man now, see what he's got. It's a really good line if you can do that every time. Is the car a little twitchy on landing?
Yeah.
You can take some bump steer out of it. Oh, yeah, you got into the dust there. So we're heading back to the hotel. Once we get back there, we got food and stuff, and then obviously beer, so I'm gonna slam a few of those before we get back on the camera and start talking. There's a few changes I gotta do in my 4-wheel. And 2-wheel is amazing, but we're gonna get a little more into depth about that when we get back to the hotel after I get a few drinks in me and get some food in me. I'm starving, man. You used your radio box as a doorstop.
Yeah, that's about all it's worth anymore.
You guys probably didn't hear that. He said that's probably all it's worth anymore. Since he got that new radio, he thinks he's got bragging rights now. So our hotel room, man, it's been a long time since we've done this. This is super awesome.
Stay in a hotel every week. Scared.
Well, you do. It's because it's part of your job. Gonna get some of this stuff organized. This is probably gonna be our work desk tonight. McDonald's, I don't normally eat McDonald's on bigger race days or anything like that because we take it very, very seriously. And, you know, a diet's a huge thing, just like the motocross guys. Now, physically demanding wise, RC, it's not physically demanding unless you turn marshal, of course. But key to fast lap times, key to fast lap times, key to slow lap times, key to slow lap times, key to fast lap times. It's Futaba. So I'm going to get something to eat here real quick. Get a few beers in me, and we're gonna go over my RC cars and stuff like that. Some of the changes I'm gonna be doing on especially the 4-wheel. Look at him working on that junk.
Come on.
It's that TLR and Sandwall junk.
Okay, here we go.
It's, like I told you guys, it's never, ever ending. It's constant. I live with him still, so it's 7 days a week. It's constant. But we're going to get to going through my cars and stuff like that and really going to get into depth of what I'm going to change on the 2-wheel, which is not much, and what I'm going to change on the 4-wheel, which is quite a bit. So this is my 2-wheel. This is a B62. This is not the dirt car. This is the carpet car. I'm running pretty much the box stock setup on this thing right now. The front roll center at the bulkhead right here is a little bit different. Steering is a huge thing on my cars. I am constantly trying to get more steering out of the cars. I'm just the type of driver that really, really likes a lot of steering, but also a very, very stable car. And being real close to the box stock setup, the car, going from NDRC to Finishline the car is way, way easier to drive. So maybe from what everybody told me is when we were going to come up here to Finishline, the carpet's a little bit looser. I think the setup I've been running at NDRC is not optimum for NDRC, but it's optimum for here because me and him have a lot of knowledge. I've studied and studied and studied car geometries over the course of the last 2 years when I really, really started getting serious about this. And I just, in my heart of hearts, I really don't think there's anything I can do to this car to make it any better. It's super easy to drive on the track. It's not twitchy. It's very, very well balanced from front to back. So the 4-wheel, on the other hand, the front end is what I'm really, really struggling with tonight. The car is super twitchy. Now there's some things I could do to the back of the car that would really make it more stable, because the ass end is a little bit squirrely right now with the way it's set up, but in my honest opinion, it feels like it's coming from the front of the car. Number one being, it says 50 weight right here, which is stock setup. Now, I ran out of AE, which is associated, the Lucas Oil stuff, which is 50 weight. 50 weight AE is 2.5 weight heavier than anything TLR. I had to use TLR 50 in this, which is actually 47.5 AE. The car's diving and really loading the front end, so any little movement that I make with the front end, the car reacts almost instantly, and it's very hard to drive right now. Now, I was turning some pretty insane laps with this thing. The car's fast, but I can't drive it consistently like that. So they didn't have 50 weight associated oil up there. And it really sucks, because I hate compensating something else or changing something else to compensate for something that's not exactly right. It really needs to be running 50 AE, which is going to be 2.5 weight heavier, which is going to really slow the front end down. But I went, and it was really cool because Finishline had these. They're 1.5 pistons. These, unfortunately, I still think the car, even if I had AE 50 in the front, the car is like not even close to being comfortable enough to drive. So even if I would have just changed it to AE 50 fluid or AE 50 weight fluid, I don't think it would be enough to really slow that front end down. So tonight I'm going to put these pistons in to combat that, being 2.5 weight lighter in the front right now. But everything right now, I think the car's super good. It's really good. The back end seems to be pretty good. I think if I get the front end figured out, the back end is going to follow suit. This is what I reverted to. The desk that is between the beds. This is a handicap chair for the shower. I actually pulled this out to work on my stuff here. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, well, I got all the cars done. Like I said, the 2-wheel, I didn't do much on the 2-wheel. The 4-wheel, I changed the pistons in the front. Made sure the stroke was good since I already had the shock support, but I think it's gonna help for tomorrow. The 2-wheel, I don't think I'm gonna struggle with too much. 4-wheel, like I said before, I think at the beginning of this video, this is the first 4-wheel I've ever owned. So it's taken me a lot longer to get it figured out, but I have a lot of confidence in the changes that I made. So we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. We're gonna get there at about 7:45. All right, so that change that I told you guys about last night, the piston change, it made the car better. It definitely lands better in the front end. Still a little twitchy. I'm not really sure what else to do. I'm going to play around with some other stuff. I did make an Ackerman change, which is something I don't do too often. So I don't have a lot of knowledge about Ackerman because I don't play with it very often. So I made an Ackerman change. I'm going to take the 4-wheel drive back out and see if it doesn't make it any better. Huh? I just nothing. All right, so that Ackerman change that I made, the car is definitely getting way better. It's way easier to drive. I'm actually going to stand the shocks up in the front on the tower itself. I'm going to stand them up to get it a little bit stiffer. Would you like to explain to everybody what you just did?
Well, I was trying one of your batteries out just to, check it out, and the polarity is different on the Reedy packs versus the ProTech packs, and so I blew up another speed controller. Yeah, so this is...
How many is that in 2 months?
That's 2. $400 in 2 months. Yeah.
Are you recording that?
Yeah, it's going on YouTube.
I kick him out.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, it's an honest mistake. It happens, but guys, whenever you plug in your batteries, make sure you pay attention, because this has slowed him down twice in 2 months, and he's gonna burn up a lot of time, you know, changing things over right now. But he'll get it. Just don't plug your T-kit in backwards.
Yeah, because that's
Bruce, if you're watching this, I guarantee you're laughing your ass off right now. We decided to take a break and go get lunch real quick. It's a little bit quieter, so maybe we can talk a little bit more. But how are you feeling? How do you like your radio? It's the first time he's been on the track with it, the new M17. What is the thing you notice the most?
it just completely feels more connected. It's faster. I know maybe a lot of people would say that, you know, you can't feel that. Yeah, you can.
Well, what he's talking about is the latency, like from the time you start to move your hand to the time that the radio transmits a signal to the receiver, and then the receiver transmits it to the ESC and the servo. So I'm about the latency. These newer radios, the latency, I don't know what the specs are on that one or my radio, but it's like 0.03 second latency time or something.
It's getting down to ridiculous speeds.
And even watching his car, like him using that DX6R to NDRC, I noticed when he comes out of the corners with the DX6R, the front end would drift. It was almost like you could almost see that the car was still turning after he let off. I was watching him earlier, and like he's hitting lines freaking perfect. He comes out of the corner and that wheel snaps straight back to center. He's way faster with the radio. Like, I'm sure, does the car feel easier to drive?
It feels like a completely different car. I kept having to check it because I was like, did I grab somebody else's car?
Radios are a huge deal, but I'm feeling pretty confident. I finally got my four-wheel figured out. The car feels, I'm realistically 50% better. That pill adjustment that I made in the front, I think that was a huge deal. If you guys have lasted this long into the video, let me know in the comment section if you want me to do an unbiased review of that B74.1.
But yeah, hopefully, for me, realistically, a top 5. Again, new radio, speed controller, new, or different, I should say. And it's a different track.
Just got done with my four-wheel first qualifier, and the nerves got the best of me that time. I got into lap traffic, and that just screwed me up. This is the first big race we've done in a long time, and me and him take this very, very serious. So my nerves got the best of me. I messed up, but I qualified second overall in mod four-wheel. 19.510, one place is 18.50, and they've got one more heat of mod four-wheel right after this. I'll show you guys. You guys are officially going to know my name.
Watch from the zone. Yep, right there. Alright.
There's the old man.
Yard sale is cleaned up.
Well, those are going to be moving around as this race goes. And
Yeah.
then the next one.
Yep. They'll move around a little bit, and then we'll figure out officially where we stack up in the first qualifier. So,
It is clear.
from my understanding, all the fast guys were in the one that I was in. I think all the local fast guys around here. So I think the top 5 is probably going to stay pretty close. So after one round of qualifying, I qualified overall 3rd place in both classes. The runs could have been better. I was checking out my lap time and stuff like that on Live RC, and I'd be right up there probably. I would be closer to first or TQing or closer to second, one of the two. Just got to keep it clean. It's amazing how much time you lose each mistake. Like if you lose 3 seconds, I notice it's a pattern. If you lose 3 seconds on your lap time, you actually lose 6 seconds on the time clock. This looks like this would be fun to run on.
Yeah.
Look at that. We act identical. You'd think he's my dad or something.
Full stop.
But yeah, they like their wall rides pretty well here. Man, that's huge. That's freaking awesome. Here, stand next to it so they can get a comparison. Oh, what an effort. What an effort. And a little tabletop here. How much you want to bet on that back wall Philip Richardson would send it? He landed out there in that dang old cornfield, bud. I'm gonna do a quick update here. I found out what was wrong with my two-wheel, or my four-wheel. And throughout this whole vlog, I've been kind of showing you guys the changes I've been making. Well, we used Spectrum for the longest time, and I switched to it a few times, and my dad obviously went to Sandwall. Well, when you change Expo, we're so used to putting in positive Expo to make it softer around like center stick, center wheel. I've been running 30% positive Expo, making it even more responsive in my four-wheel. I changed it. I found out that's what happened while I was on the driver's stand doing my warm-up laps for my second qualifier. I changed it to, I think, 20% negative to make it softer and less responsive around center stick. And I was able to TQ second overall going into round 2. So making huge changes right now and making leaps and bounds with the setups on the car and driving and being consistent. So I'm going to go up and record my dad's race a little bit, let you guys see him drive.
The Marshall situation looks like we got him. Thanks, everyone. Looks like right now, for the A, you got to do a really fast 18 or a 19 lapper.
We got Philip send it Richardson. I'm going to record him for a little bit.
Anybody up here mind if we do a 9-truck stadium truck A main? Okay, good. That's what we're doing then. So everybody made the show. This is your last chance to change your qualifying spot. TQ right now is with John O, 18506. So you want to start in front of him. Go faster than that.
This is the last update before the mains. Got done with my third qualifier, and man, the two-wheel, my two-wheel is flying. I was on TQ pace and just made a mistake. It costed me a lot of time. I think it was like 7-some-odd second mistake, but I was on a TQ pace for two-wheel 17.5, man. And if any of you know who Dustin Fox is, I'm pretty sure he's factory team with X-Ray. So that's where I stand with that. It's nice to race against Dustin because he did really well, I think, down at the Florida Carpet Championships. And if I can keep up with that, then I know where I stand. I think this is his home track as well. So this is what I'm here for, man. Just learning, trying to get faster and see how fast I can make this. Four-wheel, that one I'm gonna have to go through my four-wheel because I had some pretty hard hits on that. But other than that, the mains are coming up. I'm gonna try to record both my four-wheel and two-wheel, but you're not gonna be able to follow my car because I don't think I have anybody to record the race. So I'm going to set it actually on the driver's stand with a wide view. You're probably not going to be able to see a whole lot. It might be better on a bigger screen, but I'll do the super view on that. Hopefully you guys can see the race, and the next time I check in, we'll know the results of my race.
All right, anyways, Mod 4 drop buggy A main, 25 laps, sound of the tone. Nice clean start so far. Couple little bobbles, nothing bad. Everyone's staying in the same order. Oh, watch your hip. Alright, he's clear. was a Fox around 22 laps to go. Justin, Daniel, Derek, Casey, Luke, Church, Shane, and Adam. Oh, watch the wall ride. Stay tight, come down the wall. Tight, come down the wall. Still tight the wall. It is clear. Fine, we'll be going.
Shane Snyder done. Church Boy done. Daniel Rentham done.
Justin, Daniel, Derek, your top three.
Brian
So that was 4-wheel. I was able to take second. Boy, I got hairy in that for a minute there, but here comes 17.5 2-wheel. I ought to have 2 of those, but I only got 1. So it was awesome. I was able to stay into my second place qualifying position. I finished second 4-wheel. And it's been a long time since I've broke something. During my warm-up laps in 17.5 2-wheel, it's so hard going from a 4-wheel to 2-wheel and being able to drive it. Well, my 4-wheel or my 2-wheel has more bottom end torque. It's coming over a triple, as a real small triple, and nailed it, and it hit the wall before it hit the ground and broke the A-arm even before I started the race. So, hooray, it's great. I'm not overly upset. I'm more disappointed than anything because that was my best contention. 2-wheel was my best contention to win tonight, but it happens. It's racing. It's racing. But we had a damn good time. Like, we haven't done this in a long time, and we stayed in the hotel last night. It was super fun. If anybody that owns or works at Finishline, you guys did an awesome job over the course of this weekend. Really, really happy. So, looks like we're gonna get home at about 11:30 or so. It's 8:55 right now. Got anything to say?
11:50 and we need gas.
Okay. There's a gas station up here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, just everything that he said. Awesome time, great fun, and yeah, I mean, it's on to the next one, and hopefully we'll get some bigger and better finishes.
See you guys again. Triple F Wreckage.
in 600 feet.